if you have somebody and they say, Ron, Will, I hear you. Like, when should I be worried? If they're in a 401k or one of these EKG style of products where it's they're riding a roller coaster, right? At what point do you think they should be worried? Like, what point should I be worried? What point should I be thinking about getting out? At what point should I be concerned?
My blunt opinion is always. And what I mean by that is, if that's all you're doing, or those are the only types of products you're doing, you're always going to be thinking about the pros and cons of the market, because your life depends on it. It's like going to casino, betting on red or black. Man, I put on red, don't come up black. That's kind of the mentality. So when I say always, I'm going to make a statement in addition to that. You should always be concerned if you don't have other arenas that help build other assets that hedge against those kinds of things, that hedge against taxes, that hedge against possibly against inflation. Inflation's a tough one, just because we're spiking more than we ever have in the last 40 years right now. So that to hedge against inflation is tough. Can you minimize it? I think that's what you have to strive to do. So if you have other products working in conjunction and working in unison with 401ks, IRAs, mutual funds, and that are part of your portfolio, and you have other things working with them, then I think you're going to be okay, because you can blend those things together. But if your portfolio simply is made up of all things bet, mean casino bets, then you can survive and you can retire. There's plenty of people that have, but I think there's ways to protect yourself, and we don't preserve our money. And what I mean by that is we're not a legacy society anymore. There used to be, when you said generational wealth, there's only certain names that you kind of hear that anymore. You go back to the old days of the Rockefellers and the Carnegies, that was generational wealth that still exists today, because there were no taxes in those days. So they were able to put things out there and pass things on to family. You mentioned someone making $50,000 a year, middle America, they don't even think about legacy. They want better for their next generation, for their children, but they don't have the means to do so. They don't think, but there might be possibilities to be able to sustain and maybe pass something along to their children, or to a charitable contribution, or to just someone in need. People have different means of wanting to be charitable or to pass on their legacy. It doesn't have to be children. Not everyone has children. So there's things that we just don't do anymore as a society, because I think we're too focused on me, I anymore. And we can see that with all the social media stuff that's out there, and it's instant gratification. And I just think people need to step back a little bit and kind of look at things a little differently. And I hope with how we interact and talk to people, that's what we're striving to do.